This is Rock and Roll Grad School with your hosts Heidi Hedquist and Luke Poling. First-time callers, long-time listeners.
Hello, kiddies. Where's my crown? Do you have my crown?
I might have your crown. Yeah, I probably do have your crown.
Yeah, you're definitely wearing that crown. So we have blues great Eric Gales on the show today.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was one of the more enjoyable interviews, partially because Eric did not have time for us in the best way possible.
I know, but he made time for us.
He made time, but I think also he was just in a really interesting headspace. And it kind of opens up with the interview where he's saying, I am in the middle of rehearsing for this tour and to promote this record, so I don't got a lot of time. Make it fast, make it good. And I'd like to think we did that, but also I think his story is so compelling that we could throw a bunch of softballs out onto the field and he'd be hitting them far and deep.
For sure. His story is great.
So his new album called Crown is available right now. Do you want to bring this up? Since you were the one who found this.
What did I find? I don't even remember. What did I find? I found something?
I thought so. Now it's not here.
Find?
Eric Gale is being named the best.
Oh, yes, I did find that. I thought you said God help everybody at Guitar Center. I was very confused.
Well,
yes, I can find that. Yes, he was named by Total Guitar.
That's what
he received a 4-page feature. And I Want My Crown, which is this song, is the #1 best guitar solo of 2021.
And that came out, or we found that out
right after our interview.
10 minutes after we hung up with them.
Yeah. So, so shame on us for not seeing it beforehand. But I do think it was posted after the interview.
Yeah. And so if Eric was not having a good enough day between just having a good time playing with his band and having a great time getting to hang out with us, he then had that to fall back on, if that's such a thing. Quick question for you. Do we need to talk about Spotify?
I don't know. Do we?
I don't know.
We don't. I feel like we don't.
Right. I feel like we should acknowledge Neil Young. And the two things I saw that do make me happy about all of this is that the second person to stand up with Neil Young to be counted was Barry Manilow.
Okay.
Just the idea of the two of them hanging out together, being like, no, I don't want my music on this platform. It's wonderful.
I know. I want them to be like a crime fighting duo.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
The debut is Friday. So when they hit me about this interview, I'm like, man, that's really cutting into, my rehearsal because but they was like, man, we gotta make this happen. So I guess more or less what I'm saying is I don't have a whole lot of time.
That's okay. We can be super quick. We also, if you'd rather set it for another date, we're not going anywhere.
I'd rather do it. Go ahead and get it out of the way.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. I really do.
Of course.
No problem.
Here.
So I guess the question, you said you got to start practicing to get ready for the release.
Yeah. Me and my wife were in Bogota, Colombia until Saturday night, and then we got home Saturday night, and we started rehearsals on Sunday. So this is day 3.
Oh,
how's it going?
Oh my God! Oh man, I got no words. It's insane. It's insane. It really is insane. Man, the live versions of this record Crown is, I don't know what way to comment about it without potentially sounding as though that I'm bragging or potentially sounding as though, I'm boasting or got the big head, because that's totally not who I am. And if I say anything, it is based off of 1,000,000% fact that this shit is gonna ring some souls, and it's gonna, it is, man, that's all I can say. It's great as an artist to feel that way about pre-production for the live show. You know, the record can be the record, but then live is live. But then it's like, man, I didn't think that the record could be elevated to the next level, but it is. It is.
Are you working with the same
No,
band that you usually? These are new folks.
My band. Yeah, the only person that's new is the bass player. Guy out of Akron, Ohio. His name is Cody Mansfield, but he goes by Smokeface. He wears a mask that got smoke coming out of it. Ooh. And this cat is ridiculous, man. The whole team. Jonathan Lovett on keys, Nick Hayes on drums, and LaDonna Gales on percussion and backing vocal.
So what is it that's happened in this particular, because you've got a world of an amazing catalog behind you already. What is it about this particular live album that's coming up that makes it feel so special?
Well, it's ironic that you said live album. This is a studio album that's coming out, but it was predominantly tracked live. Everything that was done, including solos, 90% of the solos that you're hearing on this record was done as it was going.
Right.
So, that was a slightly different approach that Joe and Josh were like, man, hey, I know you have had a different approach on your previous records, but let's just try something because it's going to help with the band feeding off of your energy when you solo. And would you know it, those takes turned out to be the keeper ones. And, because I'm a very live, spontaneous dude. So that was a grand idea to insist and coerce me to go that route, though I'm a fan of both, coming and overland the solos after the fact. But this record, man, is just, it's the next tier, and it's not about a whole lot of guitar all over the place. I mean, though, when it's time to press the gas, I got some nitrous that I can turn on and go for it. But I think out of 18 records, and me and Joe and my team, we had this conversation. I think it's been established just a little bit that just a hair that I might know how to play guitar just a little bit.
Just a little. Just a little.
I mean, not much. Yeah, I get back. So with that being said, it was now time for the world to begin to have come out of their mouths, if you will, as a description that, man, Eric Gales is a dope ass vocalist that just so happens to play the guitar, not the opposite way around. Eric Gales is a badass guitar player that just so happens to be a vocalist. No, let's flip it around. Like record was targeted for the vocal elevation, the lyric content, the songs, the in-depth topics that we're going into and talking about things on this record. And there's a nucleus of raw emotion that everything on this record is coming from, from all different aspects and subjects matters to, racism, to, paying my dues, to, my time, and my struggle in addiction, and, coming out of, basically, the terminology that has been seeping around is, man, this dude might be the visual image of a phoenix rising from the ashes, because I have been through the ringer, man. I've been through the ringer, and majority for 30 years, it's been by my own hand, and, I've told this story. I'm an open book about it. I almost passed away like 5 or 6 times, that I can remember, just from doing too much. Not particularly because I was suicidal. It was because I just, when you get wrapped up in an abyss of a black hole, stopping is not a question. You know what I mean? It's not an answer. You know what I mean? Which leads me to this point is, how the hell how am I here having this conversation with you? You know what I'm saying? How am I even alive? I have a really good idea of how I'm alive is because of people that got on their knees and prayed, and there's a higher being that overlooked my life and said that this wasn't it. That's not what this is not, and when you think about the abyss of drug addiction and all of that, man, there are several friends of mine that I've seen pass away in my arms, and what makes them different from me, so yeah. I thought for the longest that my passion in life was playing music and playing the guitar and this and this and that. But I found out and came to the realization, man, that that's basically a byproduct. What my purpose is showing people that may have a family member or a loved one or themselves personally that are going through things that I talk about before I start every show about my life, and show them that there is hope and there is a way out. And all they have to do is want to get a way out. And if they can see that out of me, not most people don't get to see the vulnerable side of people that they see on stage. Right. And the person that they see on stage, they have a fictitious, whether they think they do or not, they do. They have a fictitious mural of them as being bigger potentially than life, bigger than what is a normal human being. But take all of that away, the person that's standing up there performing for you is a human being. They're a human being first before they're anything else, which are subject to making mistakes, which are subject to screwing up, which are subject to all kind of things that normal human beings do. So I set the precedence to my audience that, man, I'm no different than you. I done screwed up, and I screwed up for 30 years. I screwed up for 30 years, but now that's not where my story ends. My story is still continuing because now, over 5.5 years clean now, I am showing you, man, that here is now, that's my passion, and that's my purpose, is to spread a legacy, not only with the music, that is great. That is awesome. But man, I got a bigger, deeper purpose, and showing people that, you know what I mean? If I can do it, man, I'm no bigger or no smaller than who you are. And there's a way. And for me, I think that's my purpose.
Well, in talking about some of these subjects, and like you said on the record, you're kind of trying to become a more of a vocalist who plays guitar. Is that a conversation you were ready to have with your music, or was that something Joe had to push you to? Did you feel like, all right, this is the record?
It was that time. It was. Mm-hmm. He didn't have to do heavy coercion into something that I was willing to already do anyway. Mm-hmm. It was about, let me, let me make the pendulum swing the other way for, like I said before, I think it's been established that if the right pressure is applied, then, it's coming. Right. And it's in me. It's still there, and it's still there. And there are aspects and showcases of the gas being pressed on this record, by all means. But at the same time, now there's an equivalent, levitation, if you will, of the song content and the lyrics and the vocals having a proper shine to it to show that, this is not a lopsided artist. This is, this is the whole pie. And no matter where you cut a piece out of this pie, it's going to taste the same.
Just talking to you, one gets the impression you're feeling pretty good right about now.
I ain't bad.
Yeah. I mean, you're like, you got the record coming, like you're obviously thrilled with how the band's sounding. Do you look at this as sort of another chapter? Obviously changing your life, getting clean, all of that stuff is certainly another chapter. And then there is what came in that 5.5 years, but now is this just another level of you seeing where you can go?
I absolutely feel like this is another level. This is another chapter. I like the way you put chapter, because there may be some people that are opening the book of Eric Gales for the first time after listening to Crown. But then what I'm excited about is those that do open the book from Crown, go through their research, and they'll find out that I didn't just start here.
Right.
I've been around since 91.
Right.
So that back research is what I'm excited about, for them to see where it started from and how it came. My career started at 15 years old. I'm 47 now. So to have gone through that kind of longevity of hell and torment and be here able to be coherent with you guys and carry on a conversation, and you can understand the sentences that's coming out of my mouth, which people couldn't do for the life of them for 30 years because I wasn't very understandable, if you will, and to still have all my working senses and organs and still can play, and body is, I got a clean bill of health, just got it 2 weeks ago. And man, you get afraid of that type of stuff because I ain't went to no doctors in 30 some years, and I didn't know if during that time, I had done shook something loose or towed something up, sure. Or, you know what I'm saying, had got rid of something or something. Well,
right.
I had been, whether I had half a brain or what, you know what I mean? Ain't no telling. So to hear that, man, me and my wife, we cried, man. We cried to know that, the doctor said, we don't know why you're here because you got a clean bill of health. And that's amazing as far as that goes. But yes, absolutely. I feel like this is the next tier. This is the next level. And, all the way around, this is showing people that from like 12 years ago when I had to more or less, I looked in the mirror and every day I went out, on the road and played with a purpose of knowing that I had to redeem myself. I had to stuff to prove, and I was willing to prove that to the people that I were originally unreliable for. I was, it was a roll of the dice, whether I was going to show up to the show or how I was going to show up or if I showed up at all. But now I feel like I have put the work in and I have gave everything that I possibly can to feel that I can look in the mirror and say, look, bro, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody no more. You don't owe nobody nothing. You out here giving it every night, and you have shown that. So from this moment forward, now it's about standing in where I am, feeling great about it, moving forward, being very, very satisfied, being very full of gratitude with everything that has come my way within this clean time, and making that decision to, switch the light switch and find out what this thing called life is about. Because I wasn't doing that at first. I wasn't doing that at all, man. And now all of that from that step has opened up a chat room, has opened up a whimsical, if you will, that has given me a mindset that is like, yo, man, I can't get upset at myself that I didn't make this choice before now, because it takes what it takes. And, timing is something that no one got a prediction on, or why and what causes things to happen in the time that it does. But, the thing is that I just, gave myself a chance, man. I'm glad I didn't die in the process before I was able to give myself a chance.
Yeah. Well, in that journey, like you've been talking about, it's, of course, it would have been wonderful for you to have not had all those things happen to you, but the magnitude of your story and the impression you're going to be giving to people. And I've a lot of people in my life who've been in and out of recovery or long-term in recovery, or a lot of people who should be pursuing that path that aren't ready yet, to see that kind of journey and experience it through music and feel that impact of what you had to go through. Your life is going to have such a huge meaning on so many people through your art.
Thank you. I truly hope so. I really truly hope so, and having the opportunity to do interviews and tell that particular story is the way that it's going to get out there in black and white, so people can see that, this is what dude said, and his story hadn't varied from the 200th interview that he's done up to now. The 300th interview, his story has been the same. So the more it can get out there on paper and on the screen, that people understand that there is a backstory behind who Eric Gales is. And I'm just waiting on HBO to come do the documentary.
Seriously. Seriously. That'll be the next time we talk to you. We'll be like, I only have a few minutes. I'm doing press for the documentary. And we'll be ready.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
That's excellent.
Sure.
So are you, when are you heading out? Soon, I guess. Right?
Thursday.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 days.
That's crazy. How was playing been? I mean, you've got to be excited to get back out there with the crowd. It's got to be a little bit different.
Yeah, man. Everybody got halted, man, these past almost 2 years, man. And we've managed to do some shows that some artists have But, going full throttle like we had pre-pandemic, yeah, I mean, but we ready to hop back in the saddle, man. And, preparing for it is got us all just like the kids under the Christmas tree on Christmas Eve, you know what I mean? And waiting on Santa to come down the chimney if he can fit, you know what I mean, with with goodies and all that. So we're looking forward to it, and it feels great to have a product that basically it seems as though the world been anticipating ever since the word got out that this project began in the making, even in prior to when they heard that me and Joe made an agreement with 2 Diet Cokes to get this record going. And it's just amazing. I mean, I have no words. Everybody that I've done an interview with, the word Grammy is coming out of their mouth. The word Record of the Year is coming out of their mouth. This is not me saying this. This is what they're telling me. And it feels great to hear people say things like that are, I don't want to say critics, but it's good when you have critics that saying that, because critics are generally the hardest to impress.
Of course.
It is just, it's just, I want this record to seep in the ear holes of everybody that can potentially, allow it to seep in there. And, I'm going to go out and support it until I can't support it no more.
That's excellent. And I would say that, regardless of what happens with it, the fact that people are bringing that up in conversation and saying, here's what I'm hearing. And that's really, really wonderful. And again, no doubt adds to your energy to get out and tear it up for folks.
That's the intention.
Excellent. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time.
Worried about your
you got to get back. Yeah. Well,
I mean, things are great, man. It seems as though, to my recollection, I touched on some pretty tangible and deep topics during this 20 minutes that I think that you guys may got something y'all can work with. And
no, we're perfect.
Most definitely.
Make me look pretty now.
Exactly.
That we can do. That's easy. No, thank you so much.
Can't you understand my dilemma? I'm a man, the same as you. I walk the same lines, suffered all the wounds. 45 years of putting up with you. I just don't know, and I ain't got a clue. But somebody's gotta stand up, wake up, rise up, stand up to you. I just
Crowned by Eric Gales is available right now wherever you get your music. For more information and for tour dates, check out his website, ericgales.com.
You can check us out on all the various socials. Be sure to visit our website at rockandrollgradschool.com, and don't forget to leave us a review.
Today's show is produced by myself and Heidi Hedquist. Our reluctant producers are John Survey and Sandy Stone. Our willing producers are Rachel Allen and Randy Jeanette. Our intern is Zach Jackson. This one's for Philippe. Thank you, good night, and may all your favorite bands stay together.
You treat me like you do. Somebody's got to stand up, wake up, rise up, stand up.